The first thing that you should know about the share issuing process is that the process of issuing shares to the public starts with the company issuing the prospectus. So when the company issues the prospectus, it invites the potential investors to come and apply for the shares. So the prospectus will indicate the amount payable per share and the minimum number that a shareholder is required to obtain, and also the maximum. Some of them need even the maximum. So when the shares now, and also the installments, most of the shares, they are issued in installments. So if the value of the shares is 1,000 shillings, maybe you're supposed to pay in 3 or 4 installments. So that is the first process. So once the prospectus is issued, then the applications follow. So when the potential shareholders apply for the shares, that is what we call the application process. So they pay with an amount which is the application fee. So there is the application. Then when the application is received together with the amount payable on application, sometimes you have oversubscription or undersubscription. So oversubscription is whereby you had floated or you wanted to sell 10,000 shares. But the public have responded and they have applied for 15,000 shares or even 20,000 shares. Okay? So when that happened, we call it oversubscription. Undersubscription is whereby you had advertised for 10,000 shares and then maybe 5,000 shareholders applied, and that is an undersubscription. So the way to treat an undersubscription, maybe you wait for another time and then you try to advertise again to see whether you get your numbers or you work with the number that you have. But when you have oversubscription, you have to come and sit down and you do what we call allotment. Allotment is a process of checking the applicants, how they have applied. So you look how many shares somebody has applied for, and how much or how many shares should be or should be allotted. So this process, this stage, the allotment stage, is whereby the successful applicants are awarded the shares, and in the event of a subscription, then only only a proportion of the shares applied for, we use the most equitable manner to cater for the successful applicants. So the successful applicants, some had applied for more shares, others had applied for less shares. So you try to allot them so that those who had applied for maybe more shares, so you allot them a little number of shares. So what you do, you find that you have some excess money in application. So during allotment, in this period, you can decide to refund to unsuccessful applicants. So for the unsuccessful applicants, any fee paid on application is refunded, and for those applicants who allotted fewer shares than those which were applied for, they may be either be refunded or you use the excess money in the final or in the subsequent stages. So this is what we call the core stage. Core stage. So what we were saying in the refund of unsuccessful applicants is that the refunded the application fee. Some could be used to offset future payments on the shares if the issue is payable on installment. And then these installments are the ones we call costs. So in this stage, is whereby if the shares were issued on installment, only a certain portion of the shares entries as an accountant in percentage. So we're saying if we say the criteria of application is that the minimum number of shares that you can apply is 100 shares. 100 shares. And maybe somebody had applied for less than that. Those are unsuccessful applicants. Okay? Or that is one way. So those people you have to refund their money. How do you refund the money? This is one. The second thing to refund the money, you'll do what? You'll debit the share application account and credit bank account with the refund. So if there is any money that is to be refunded, then it will be here, the application. You have refunded the money. Then now, another thing that we need to record is this now. Amount has been received, it is in the application account. You have to transfer it to ordinary share capital accounts. So you open an ordinary share capital account. So you're going to debit share application and credit bank. So here, this money, this account here, you're going to transfer this amount to ordinary share capital, and now the ordinary share capital here we have that is when shares are issued at par. So, illustration 1, Makers Limited issued 1,000 shares to the public at 10 shillings each, payable as 2.5 shillings on application, 5 shillings on allotment, and 2.5 shillings on first and final call. They received the applicants or applications for 2,000 shares, of which they returned 1/2 of them, of the proceeds, to allot the rest. Required. Show the journal entries to record the issue, and 2. Show the accounts as would appear in Makers Limited books. So the journal entries. First of all, we are told that the application fee, application 2.5, allotment 2.5, making a total of 10. Then applications were received for how many applications? 2,000 shares times 2.5. So how much money was received on application? $5,000. So what you will do on application, debit bank account with 5,000. So this is January. And you credit share application account with 5,000. Then you give the narration. Journal entries are not enough without the narration. This is to record issue of shares. Is it okay? This is number one. The second thing, if you are working it, you want to work it, you open two pages, page one to work a journal. See, working to shine line. Then you have this page, which journal. A journal looks like this. So then, I'm going to be different now by the accounts. So that we can start now from here. On application. Bank account and 12,000 shillings, 5,000. Then you credit share application. Then you give narration. Record cash received on application. That is our journal entry number one. Then when you come to the part of ledgers, open our bank account here. So just transfer the amount. This is 5,000. This is application. Then you have the application account. Application account. Application. There is the amount received, bank, 5,000. That is it. Then, How many shares? What happened? They received applications for 2,000 shares, of which they returned half. So they returned how much? So this one, you have to debit share application. Then you credit what? Bank. 2,500. This is what? To record refund of or to unsuccessful applicants. The ledger accounts, on the other hand, you credit these accounts, you will debit the share application, 2,500, and credit bank. Then, what you need to do now, you need to transfer all these amounts to the ordinary share capital account. Ordinary share capital account. Ordinary share capital. So, to transfer that to the ordinary share capital account, you do the entry, that entry. So you will debit share application account. You debit the share application account with the remaining. This was refunded. How much remains? So, and now this one will be taken to what? The share, the ordinary share capital. This is what has remained after you refunded this. Okay? So this one, how do you do it? This share application account, we don't need it anymore. So the amount that has remained here is the one that we are going to transfer to the ordinary share capital. So now when it comes to allotment, you have received the money on allotment. So you have to debit allotment account, and 5,000, and credit ordinary share capital account with 5,000. This is to transfer amount paid on allotment to ordinary share capital account. Then also here, you don't need this allotment account. You are through with this. Now this one has been received. It has now become part of our ordinary share capital. So, we transfer this amount to the ordinary share capital account. Okay? And lastly, on first and final call, Final call is 2.5 times 1,000 shares. It will give yours 2,500 shillings. So here you receive 2,500, and then this is first and final call 2,500. Then you record the narration. This is to the record amount payable on first and final call, and it was the journal. Then that amount should be recorded in the ledgers. And now our ledger account here you have first and final call. $2,500. Then now this one account has balanced. You close it. So you close it. Then you open another account called first and final call account. First and final call account. Then you credit with the amount that was received. That is 2,500. Then you transfer the amount to the ordinary share capital account. So you debit the first and final call account and credit the ordinary share capital account. And you put a narration. This to transfer amount payable on first and final call to ordinary share capital account. Then here you come and record so at last our ordinary share capital account will have balance carried down of 1,000, and this one will have our balance carried down of what? 2,500. Then if you go ahead and extract a statement of financial position, extract.